love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. That's forever. We will go. Ooh, baby. We will go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I'd no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. 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 For a thing, yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I, no, never. Ooh, baby, been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. The hope, baby. Forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby. Ooh,
Yo, I think I'm gonna really give up this life. Let's try to be a better guy, But wait, man, they got a good girl, and they really feel like go out like treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's up with you?
Girls. Some things about kind of resolve. I think I can just, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
How you doing? Before you hang up, can you just listen for a while? I was stupid, I'll admit it. Should've never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long. Forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. Oh, I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I'll treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I do. I apologize. I was wrong.
Hello.
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken. You You have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful. Power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. So you are woman. Hey. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I'm your host, Neil, joined as always by my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek. Wait, hold on, wait. You don't move, you. Yeah. Go ahead. Get in the hill and start again.
Hill.
I said what I said. No. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The man here, the man crikey. What's good, my brother? Talk to me nice. Talk to me brilliant.
Man, I'm here, man. Here as always, ready. This is do the Lord's work. You know how we do. On Tuesday and Thursday night.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that you're here ready to do the same.
I'm always ready to do your Lord's work. You know, I always walk in my Gideon boots and my khaki suit.
Much like Richie Spice.
Yeah, just like Richie Spice. So I here ready, man. Everything is good. Everything is glorious.
Glorious.
Yeah, so everything is good.
Former Prime Minister, you know?
Yeah, everything is glorious. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. How are you doing? How is everybody going? I see Lee A.O. Good night to you. Yes, you are first. Welcome. Asta, how you doing? My girl, Nicole Branch. What is going on, my lady?
Big up Nicole.
Nicole is a good one. And, you know, she always has very interesting things to say. There's the doctor. Dr. Carrie Pierre is in the building. Stephen Wu, the Bujivama, a.k.a. the Chinese boss. Hope everybody's well. My mom Marlon in the house. Good night, everybody. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have some young fellas, sweet singing fellas, an a cappella group called G Syndicate. They're affiliated with the podcast. I'll let Derek explain all of that to you. Let them know about G Syndicate and the marvelous, wonderful works of the a cappella group, the premier a cappella group out of Barbados.
Yeah, man. G Syndicate, you can find us right here on YouTube, G Syndicate 6. You can find us also gsyndicate6.com.
G Syndicate and the marvelous, wonderful works
of
G Syndicate, the a cappella group, the premier a cappella group out of Barbados.
Start calling Nicole's whole government name. G Syndicate, you can find us. You can find us G Syndicate 6 and more things. Big up the men, Kia Malwaden, Mark, Brett, Hugh, always doing good stuff. We are going to be at the Sage Bar on the 27th of this month. That's next Friday. And we're going to be entertaining y'all with some very nice stuff. So come on out, kick back, relax, get a drink. Lee could test the grind time she and Kevin had at the show. So you can come on out, kick back, relax, support the guys. We don't mind. Come up and say hey. Tell them that hey, tell us, hey, we see you guys on TV every now and again. When I'm watching the Senate, I will see you guys. So you can come out and say hi. We don't bite unless you ask us to. So yeah, let's G Syndicate.
Yeah, and please don't come. Don't hold the man in the conversation about my woman things that how he start jump at thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. The man on the job. Man on the other job. Don't do that. Right? Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, check out G Syndicate.
That does happen from time to time, though. I will say.
Yeah.
That people will come up sometimes and try to engage me. And not the most opportune moments, but I am who I am, so I will entertain it for a little bit, and then I will push off to other things,
Yeah. Well, just to let everybody know, that is G Syndicate. Check them out. I actually would like to go to a Sage Bar Friday. You say it's
come true, man.
Next Friday, I would like to come on down and enjoy the sweet singing sounds of G Syndicate. So check them out. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to do the Lord's work, as Derek says. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays we come here and we talk the things. We do this content. We love it. We don't get no money from it. We are not in it to trigger. We out in here basically to educate and to have that discussion. So if you like or dislike what we're talking about, whatever, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit notification bell. I would like to get back to, which reminds me, Derek, are you busy after the show? If you're not busy after the show, man, I think it's time we dig in the crates to see what we can find.
We can make something happen.
Yeah. Yeah, if you are available, we can obviously make that work. But yes, we are here. We do Content View Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Barbados time, where we talk the things straight, raw, regularly, no dipsy doodle space. And then, of course, we are going to get back to the Senate shorts. Yes, we will. I miss it. I truly, truly miss it. I was watching another content creator today, and I was critiquing it, and I was like, "Nee, that's not nice. Just get back to your grind. Just get back to what you do, man. Don't criticize how men do things. You get back to what you do."
Exactly.
So I can make it a point to get back to that. And then of course we have a whole slew of things that we want to accomplish this year. Not only as individuals, but because in this space we would like to accomplish a few things. Not only with the content we bring you here, but we would like to have some components live if that can be facilitated, if that can work out. And kind of chart the course of this space to really make an impact, because we're doing a lot of talking, but we feel it's time to, put your money where remote is, and kind of show essentially what kind of men we are, what kind of men we would like to be, and try to facilitate that not only through the podcast and this space, but also in person. What's happening? What's going on?
Carrie wants to know when she get in the show schedule so Zoe can flew her out.
Well, listen. You know what? That's actually, I'm glad you bring that up, Dr. Gary. I think that's something, because for quite some time now, Derek and I are very busy. Let's not dipsy doodle it. Derek has his day job. I have my day job. He has extracurricular activities, and I have this space and other spaces that I frequent, right? And we want to be more intentful, purpose driven when it comes to the content we bring out. And I think that we may not be able to do a schedule like for a month, but I think that we could do up a framework, or we'll be planning for the next couple of sessions so that we could get things going. I would definitely love to have you. It would be very interesting to have you. I mean, I don't want to talk out hand, but if we do have a live component, I really would like to have Dr. Kerry there so that we can just have everybody in the same space, have that conversation live, and chop it up and see what we could get done. So yeah, I mean, I'll see if I can send me Zoe's email address. No, I think it's pussypoppin@gmail.com or something like that. Hotmail. Yeah. I remember it. So I will send it to Zoe. I will forward it to Zoe.
It's one of those emails that you can't really forget.
Yeah, you can't forget. So I will send it to Zoe once we finalize that, and you can book your days in advance. Y'all could probably go on a nice hotel or something like Butterfly Hotel or something, and have a nice little staycation. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Senate Pod.
I'll say here, Neil, in the interest of getting back to shorts and stuff like that, I have attempted to help you out just a little bit. So I'm actually sending you 3 videos now to kind of give you a bit of a head start on that, right? So
this is for after the show?
No. These are actually almost, believe it or not.
They're almost. I didn't hear you say that again. You broke up a bit.
Yeah, you'll see them when you get them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, carry on, brother. Let me get into tonight's action.
Right. No. So we do this space every Tuesday and Thursdays, as I said, 8 p.m. And there we usually go on our social media pages, particularly Facebook and Instagram. You can always check out those social media platforms. Derek will go on there. He will let you know what we are talking about. This is no different. Tonight we are talking about Dream Girls. This is a very good movie back in the day. Jennifer Hudson won some awards for it, etc., etc. But can men today ever meet the criteria to qualify for the modern woman? Essentially, are men good enough? Are we up to scruff? So
well, no.
But let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yep.
So tonight is going to be my Kevin Manning waiting to hear from you. You say come and grace your doors. Check the date for me, please, and get back. Just let me know. You can send me a little message there on the WhatsApp. Anyhow, tonight, folks, is going to be part 1 of a 2-part show. So this is the first time ever, unprecedented, we have a 2-part show.
I love a franchise.
Right? So tonight is Dream Girls. Thursdays. Oh, I like these movie titles.
Yeah. You're very good at that.
Come with a plan.
Yeah.
Tonight is Dream Girls, but on Thursday we can do dream a little dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tonight I want to talk about the actions.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the actions. On a Thursday, we can talk about the consequences. At the end of the monologue, and give you a little segue into that, but you don't want to go forward and take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, as Alfred Pragnell said in one of his skits, let me make a forward. Right? Joseph Goebbels. I hope I didn't butcher that name too much. I don't know if anybody knows that name, but Joseph Goebbels was a German Nazi politician who was the Gauleiter, the district leader of Berlin, chief propagandist for the Nazi party, and then Reich Minister of Propaganda from 1933 to 1945. you know he's a big one. He's the Minister of Propaganda, right?
Not a very good guy.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing. Well, before we get to that part, he was one of Adolf Hitler's closest and most devoted acolytes, known for his skills in public speaking and his deeply virulent anti-Semitism, which was evident in his publicly voiced views. But this dude was, well, as Neil said, he was a good guy.
No, he was not a good guy.
Where is the descriptions asking, can anything good come from Nazareth? You know, you can get good. Well, at least one good thing could come from a fella, right? Joseph Goebbels famously said this. The man's a propaganda. The man's the minister of propaganda. So you know the man know propaganda at all, right?
The man's a propagandist.
The man's propagandist, right? So the man's the propagandist, the chief propagandist. So this man know propaganda at all. And he said this. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it.
He did say that, yes. Yes, he did.
Of course, this statement is no less true in the dating game and the dating market. Very often, we hear the lovely ladies complain and say that there are not enough eligible men in the dating market. So let's check this video from Angry Man. Come back, right? Give me number one there, Neil.
What about the intro videos? You don't want the intro videos yet?
Well, sure. I forget about them.
Or what to do?
All right, give me number one.
All right, me
check. And then we could come back to the intro.
All right, and get number one here from screen for you real quick.
Then give me the intro.
All right, so number one on screen, here we go.
Where the fuck are the 30 and over men at that ain't on here talking about walk like Ronald McDonald? Where they at? The grown men that ain't popping they fucking coochie. Where y'all at? Y'all in here check in.
Oh, we're all married. You should have got you one in your 20s. Yeah. Instead of singing No Scrubs.
Chorus class. He does have a point.
That's Angry Man.
Yes, that's it.
Angry Man is very entertaining. All right, so give me intro 1, followed by intro 2.
Yes, sir.
think, like you said, women, we tend to just have whimsical minds when it comes to love. And a lot of it is because of how we grew up. You know, those stories are fed to us at a very young age, from cartoons to the books that we read to the movies that we love. A lot of love stories are painted or just marketed to girls, but then how the girl feels in the story specifically, even if it's marketed to both, the woman is always the one in the story that has this whimsical idea around love. And so in real life, when we start dating, we approach it in a very whimsical way. So every little thing that happens does feel very dreamy and like a Cinderella story, like a Snow White story, like those stories. And it's not that it's not really feeling that way. It's just we literally like have a mind lapse. Like it's like you have to stay in it. You can feel that feeling, but also logically process it and not let it go into this bucket of I'm gonna marry him tomorrow. This just should just go into the same bucket of I'm getting getting to know him, and I enjoyed that about him. Like, we have to just slow it down sometimes and not make everything such a thing. Because like you said, once you do that, you skip stuff. You miss some of the things that you really should have paid attention to because you're too focused on how happy that feels, and you're not properly processing how harmful something else was.
All right, let me get intro number 2 on the screen. All right, let's get it.
Disrespect. I'm not saying this is impossible, but it's unlikely. If you have 5 kids and you're running around here like, oh, I want this, I want that. My man has to not have any kids. It's like, come on now. Like, you have to bend a little bit.
It's okay to have a preference.
It's okay to have a preference, but sis, just be realistic.
Yes.
Right. Just be realistic.
Just be realistic.
Yeah, it can't be done. Yeah. So first chick, she was talking about, all the fairy tale stuff and all that. And it's really interesting that even today, we still have a lot of fairy tale ideas about relationships and stuff. And that's not just women, that's men too, right? Because maybe, the women want a certain lifestyle, maybe still expect our women to be virginal and all kind of stuff. Even in the face of all the stuff that's happened, societal changes and all that, right? Now, I said on a live stream a few months ago that the average man cannot afford the average woman. Can't afford the average woman. He can't afford the average woman's taste, especially in a capitalistic society. And tonight, I am here to double down on that. Does the average man earn enough for himself? Yeah, for sure. I'm in a partner, maybe. Can he pay the bills and put the food on the table? Yes. No. Can he pay the bills, put food on the table, and take his woman to chamber so she can take pics for the gram? Probably not. Do not be misled. In this modern world, many women want the luxury and excess of being wined and dined, because let me be real, wine and dining that's luxury, that's excess. The average person can't afford to do that every week. Yeah. A lot of women today want that, but those are experiences for which they don't intend to spend their own money. So fellas, beware. Gentlemen, take note. Many women today do not want to be wives. They want to be women of leisure. Almost as if some women don't have a concept of money. But when it comes to my money, they understand their money very well. But when it comes to other money, somebody's money, not so much, right? So let's have a watch of this clip from 8 at the table. You ready? Yeah, 8 at the table is hard.
Touch and go.
It's just go.
Yeah, it's just go.
It's just go. Let's watch this clip and come back.
Housewife is not a reward. Being a woman of leisure is a reward.
Well, that's the same thing.
No, they're not. No, they're not. If you're a woman of leisure, if you are a woman of leisure, you don't have responsibilities. Your responsibility is being a woman of leisure. If you are a housewife, you maintain and you manage the house. That's not a fucking reward. It's a job. Whether it's only 20 hours a week, it's still a job.
If there's no
if you trying to reward me because I was there through the tough times, let me be a woman of leisure. Let me be a kept woman. That is a reward. Rewarding me with washing dishes is not a fucking reward.
Oh, bumbleclot. All right.
Yeah, that's good. No, I just sent you some screenshots because I forgot. So sorry about that.
No problem.
Because the juice is always in the comment section. The juice is always in the comment section.
Depending on depending on what fruit you like.
It will all poisonous juice too.
Yeah.
Right? Now, people will listen to this lady and say, "Oh, she freaking out and all that." But hey, let's have a look at the comment section.
I ain't received those things yet. Ain't come through yet for me.
Oh dear.
So just let me. I have to read them because I ain't see.
Yeah, I'll read them.
Yeah, and they ain't come through yet. Let me check my phone. But I was looking at WhatsApp, but I haven't seen them as yet. So anyhow, read them.
Yes. So one lady says, leisure. I want to go to Pilates at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday and come home to a cleaning service. Another woman agrees and says, woman of leisure. If when you get these, please put them on screen so people don't feel that there's my Photoshop. And you know my technological skills are not this advanced.
All right, wait, hold on. They come in here slowly, so just bear with me here for a minute. You can plug the show while I get this.
Yeah. All right, folks. This is the Senate podcast. Please hit the like button as you come on in. I see Lee saying that we do come to trigger, that they're not mutually exclusive. Edutainment. Sometimes we are here to trigger, sometimes not. But at the end of the day, it's to shine a light on some of the things that are happening. I told somebody this evening that I am a commentator. That's not Neil and I do. We comment on the things we see. We provide commentary. Not always on human dynamic. Sometimes it's social stuff. We provide commentary on things that are happening. That's what we do. So if you're liking it, hit the like button for us. That is the price of admission tonight.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe as well. Hit the notification bell.
Yep. All right. So I got the first. We want to start from the start. Let me start from scratch.
Yeah, man. All right.
There we go.
So this lady says she wants to be she wants to go to Pilates at 11 on a Tuesday. Come home to a cleaning service. A woman agrees and says, "Woman of leisure." Then the next person, Mariah says it's literally being a house manager, which is a real job title that people get paid for with a marriage and kids, but without the salary.
Interesting.
Yeah. Somebody here says, I knew he thought being a housewife means doing nothing all day. I knew he had that video saved. Got it. Too much things in my head. All right. I can come back to that. It seems as if his conversation is above his income bracket. This shouldn't have to be explained. So because you can't provide you can't provide a life of leisure. And you're being shamed now for not being in that tax bracket. Somebody says, yes, is cleaning up after another full-grown adult a reward? OMG, I love when people know what words actually mean. She said that perfectly. Whew, I'll never stay home again unless I had a daycare, a maid, and a chef. The fact that he thinks housewife and being leisurely is the same is so insulting and telling of his own ignorance.
Dog.
Yeah.
I love it.
You can only really love it, Neil. There's so much else to do except to love it. And because I am who I am, Neil.
That's
right. And I don't want us to be accused of being, any of the ists. Let me kick it off with Angela. I'm going to send you a video. I knew I had this video. Yes, downloaded this video for a reason. Let me kick it off with Angela. Right. Angela is 45. You ready now? I am sending this video to you now. And before I go any further, you got to play this video. At least, but you will know when it will stop, right? It is a video of Bill Burr.
Oh, boy.
If ever there was a thumb of thumbs.
Easy, man.
Bill Burr is the man when it comes to really cracking things open and, breaking them down like a fraction. So I've sent you that video, Neil. If you could get that on screen for us.
Let's see if we get this here. So
as if the baking conky on demand, forcing some kind of shock.
This is Bill Burr.
I know I downloaded this video, and I kept saying, "Why do I have this video?" This is why I have this video. Know that I've read those screenshots in the comment section. I understand why I have the video. So if you could get that video on screen for us, Neil.
Yeah,
that would be fantastic. In the meantime, folks, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because clearly we are going to be in the crank for a little bit tonight. We can do the thing tonight.
Yeah, man, we can have a time. All right, when you ready, we here, we got it.
Yeah, go ahead, crank, my brother.
Fantastic. The other day I got into an argument with my girlfriend, right? She likes watching the Oprah Winfrey show, and I love to watch her watch the Oprah show. And then I wait for Oprah to say something that I don't agree with, and then I take it out on my girlfriend because I'm an asshole. So Oprah brings out this guest. She gives her this huge intro. She's been on this, she's been on that, and she does the most difficult job on the planet. She's the mother. So immediately I look at my girlfriend. I'm like, really? Being a mom is the most difficult job on the planet? How many mothers died on ice road truckers last season? Any moms get washed overboard on Deadliest Catch? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but what would you rather have as a job? You want to scoop scallops off the bottom of the ocean, catching that lobster trap to the back of your head? Or do you want to hang in the sunshine with a couple of rugrats? You'd send them to bed anytime you want and some trumped up charges because you want to have a drink and watch The Price is Right? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is the most difficult job. I mean, I thought roofing in the middle of July as a redhead, you know? I thought that was a difficult job. I really did. I thought it was difficult. But evidently these mothers, they're bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players, going to war pinned down by a sniper. What a joke! You ever burp a baby and forget to put that towel up there? There's another shirt you gotta wash. Oh, lift with your knees and put it in that machine that does it for you. Dude, any job you can do in your pajamas is not difficult. It isn't. I'm sure it's... Yeah, to hell with these mothers. Watching cartoons, taking naps. Look, I'm messing around, but you know, come on. I know it's a difficult job, but the most difficult job on the whole planet. Remember when Saddam let the oil fields on fire and those poor bastards had to go put them out? 4,000 degrees, walking in with your little asbestos shield, just walking into flames. You want to do that or watch Bob the Builder again? I mean, be honest with yourself. I got a dog recently. I did. I went down to the pound. I got one of those free dogs. Yeah, that's how I say it. I don't say I rescued a dog. I hate when people say that. It's like totally obnoxious. It's complete exaggeration. She's a rescue. Yeah, I rescued her. Really? Did you pull her out of a burning building? Did you jump in a river with your clothes still on with no concern for your own safety? Or did you just go down to the pound and get a free dog? Isn't that what you did? Stop acting like you had to take out a couple of guards, crawl in on your elbows using hand signals. Dude, you ever go down to the pound? They're just giving them away. They don't even do a background check. You want him? Hey, get out of here. Who's next? You want a poodle? Come on, you got a perm. It'll be hilarious.
I love Bill Burr. I love Bill Burr.
Now, well, Bill Burr is, extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that is required so that people can get a point. Yeah. He's not saying that, what mothers do is not important. That's not what he's saying. Don't, and that's not what we are saying either, because let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get clipped fast. But as he said, if you're doing the job in your pajamas, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of women want mothers. They don't even want to do that age bar, because that's what the lady on the age table is saying. She doesn't even want. That's not what we are saying either, right? So fellas, take note. Yeah, take note. Now, we often hear that her money is her money, and his money is our money, right? We hear that all the time. Fellas, if you've ever heard that, put some ones in the chat. Shoot, ladies, if you've ever heard that saying, that phraseology, put that in the chat, right? Put ones in the chat if you've ever heard it. Now, here's the thing about this, Neil. This is a philosophy that is rooted in patriarchy and traditional gender roles. Let me be real, Neil. Patriarchy dictates that a man provide for his woman. But for some reason, this particular brand of patriarchy is endorsed and encouraged by gynocrats the world over. This is why women practice hypergamy, as the woman said, and date on their level or higher. They do not date down. Women do not date down. I say that without fear or equivocation. Women do not date down. Women, if you agree with me, put some twos in the chat. Women do not date down. Now, let's watch two videos. The first video is from a TikToker named Bruno Bajrami. He asks a young lady about her expectations for her partner's income. The second video is from The Desirable Truth. They've given us some gems lately, so shout out to the guys at The Desirable Truth. And I want you guys to watch that particular young lady's brain start to malfunction in real time as she tries to find a way around the logic which is presented to her by the interviewer. So let's watch Bruno and then watch The Desirable Truth.
Yes, sir. Let me get everything situated. All right. I think we are ready to go. Here we go.
What should your man make in a year?
Can we make it monthly?
Sure.
At least 100K a month.
Isn't that a bit high compared to the average income out there?
Well, if I'm talking about my partner, I don't think so.
Why not?
If I'm making 10K a month, he should be making 10 times more than me. And that kind of puts me in the feminine position, and I view him as the masculine, as the main provider in our family, as we're going to grow, expand our family.
So, I got to say something here real quick, right? In order to talk about pretty privilege, I think that is exactly what she is talking about.
Yes. Yes.
A man will make $100,000 many month come?
Yeah. So
But she could get there, because I mean, she ain't bad looking, you know.
She ain't bad.
Yeah, you can work with you can work with her. But $100,000 a month. But here's my thing, right? That is what you need to get put in your feminine position. And for the man to be considered in his masculine, $100,000, not his character, not his ability to problem solve, not his ability to provide other, but making $100,000 a month come, you could hire whoever to protect you. But the point remains, it has nothing to do with character. Just $100,000. That's how much it costs you to be feminine. $100,000 a month come.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Indeed. Give me the desirable truth, Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the desirable truth. Apologies. Let's get him on screen here real quick. Fast and in a hurry. All right.
Making $100K a year, how much would you expect your man to make?
Equal or more.
Why?
Because when I look for a partner, I look for equal. Or if it's more, I'm not complaining, but it's got to be equal.
What do you think about this statement? My money is our money, her money is hers.
I agree.
Okay.
I 100% agree.
Why?
Our money is our money, but her money is her money, right? She's earning for herself. But like, oh fuck, no.
You expect the man to protect and provide for you?
Yes.
If a man is expected to provide and protect, shouldn't he have some form of authority over his woman?
No, not at all.
Why?
A relationship is 50-50.
But it's not 50-50 if his money is our money and your money is yours. That's like 80-20.
I agree with the concept that our money is our money, her money is her money, because I do expect that in my future. But a man cannot claim authority over a woman. A woman is not his property. A woman cannot claim authority over her man, because he is not her property.
Dude almost wrecked.
Shit.
That was a good save. I think that's a very good save. But sweetheart,
it was a good attempt, man.
I honestly thought it was gonna slide out there, the tail thing. But you try to save it and you almost, but you still hit the embankment. Listen, at the end of the day, right? She was just speaking in buzz terms. She was agreeing to things that are trendy. You know, our money is our money, but her money is her money. Oh, yes, girl. Yeah, snap. But you bring 50-50 to the relationship. And I want a man to make as much as me or more. Anyhow, you go along. My turn shall come. my turn shall come. Go ahead.
No. Folks, I'm here to say further to this. And gentlemen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news for you, but women have no clue what they really want in a man.
Wait. No, you can't say that, not give me ear horns or something, man.
Oh, sorry.
You can't. We doing, man.
Sorry, man. My bad. Women have no clue what they want in a man.
Amen.
Yeah. That's it.
And not give me
they
ear
want
horns
to be
or
strong
something,
and
man.
independent women who are taken care of
doing,
by
man.
their husbands and partners. Sorry, man. My bad. Women have they say they want a God-fearing man that has the 3 6s. And sometimes a man will meet the criteria, but because he doesn't have that je ne sais quoi, that spark, some women will reject that man. And we have evidence of this very recently. Patron saint Tia Mowry decided to leave her husband on the premise that she graduated from their marriage.
Wait, hold on, though. No, this was patron saint. You see, our girl was in the island the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we should get to see. She's on. We should get she on the show. We gotta get a manager though. We get a talent manager, right? We could get her to reach out and get she on the show.
Sure. Big up Megan Good, man. Sorry, Miss Good if you're nasty.
Miss Good.
Yeah. Now, Tia sounded ridiculous with the graduation comment, right? It sounded ridiculous then. Still sound ridiculous now. But unfortunately, Tia is not the only woman who would have left a perfectly good relationship and then tried to philosophize her decision. Let's hear from this young lady who found a man that met her requirements, yet she decided to opt out of the relationship. Then I'll come back and explain what is really happening with her and other ladies like Tia and a lot of them. Brace yourself, Neil, because and the fellas in the chat, this might be a little bit of a trigger, so brace yourself. Sure, women, you might get triggered by this too.
I could already see it in she face.
Oh, this is a hot mess.
I can see it with the caption and everything, giving back the ring. Yeah. So I already know, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Said It Podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get it.
So earlier this year, I ended a relationship and cut off an engagement from a great man. He was a good man. He loved God. He was a praying man. He loved and adored me. He was there for me. He was handsome. He was well educated. He didn't have any kids. He checked all the boxes. But there was still something missing. And I just knew that I could not go through with this marriage. There was just something that did not connect. I felt that there should have been a connection between he and I in order for me to be his wife. And so I cut off the engagement. And it was so difficult because he was a good man. It's easy when a person is not good. You can justify why you cut things off. But when a person is truly a good person, it's hard to explain. So I found myself trying to explain it to family and friends, and they were asking me a whole bunch of questions that, I could not say, exactly why, other than the fact that I just did not feel the connection. There was something that was not there that I needed to be there in order for this to be my husband. And so I stopped trying to explain it, and I just trusted my decision, and I went on. But then I got an epiphany, and it was just like, have you ever been shoe shopping and you saw a nice pair of shoes and it's like, ooh, I love the color. I love the style. The heel is the right size and it's a reasonable price. Like it's on sale and it's a good shoe. But then when you approach the shoe, you see that it's a size 6 and you need a size 7. Does it take away from the fact that the shoe is a good shoe? Does it take away from the fact that you're getting a great deal for the quality? Does it take away from the fact that the heel is still the right size? It doesn't matter. All of that still makes the shoe is still good. But if it's not your size, it's not the shoe for you. Okay. And so that is what I had to accept. Yes, he was a good man. But what that feeling was is that he was not a great fit for me. It didn't take away from who he was, but it was just confirmation that he was not a good fit for me. And that leads me to say that some of us are trying to force relationships when we know they don't fit. It doesn't mean that the person is not good. It doesn't mean that they are not good-hearted people. It just means that they're not a good fit for you. So free them up. Don't continue to settle for things that you know is going to cause discomfort in the future. Me purchasing a size 6 shoe when I wear a 7 is discomfort. Don't do it.
I love the fact that she used that analogy. You know why I love the fact that she used that analogy? I'll tell you why. Recently, last Tuesday, so my brother got married over the weekend. Congrats to my brother, his beautiful wife. It was an amazing ceremony, right? Brilliant weekend. Anyhow, I had to go and buy up, the wedding suit, the wedding. I was the best man.
Yeah.
Had to put on it was a beige type of suit that we had to wear, right? And linen and that sort of stuff. So I said I can go and buy a pair of brown shoes, right? I went up Sheraton, on the assistance of a few people, or recommendation really. I went up there. I saw a nice brown shoes, so sharp, swag up to all. But they were the highest size they had was a half size too small for me. No, I could have gone.
What did you do, Neil?
I could have gone with a darker color. I could have gone with a lighter color. I could have gone with a shoe that was not fitting for the event. I could have just gone to another store. But I looked at those shoes and I said, those shoes are the shoes for me because it goes perfectly with the ensemble. And not only that, but I could wear these shoes with work when I get in work and think they're so sharp, crisp, to all,
Right.
I say, but this is the shoe for me. I get no elsewhere, right? They're in a perfect fit, but the suit my needs and the thing. I can look good. I can look good multiple places. I can look good on the wedding day. I can look good in the future, right? Yeah, you might go endure a little squeeze foot, but you know what? That's life. I ain't gonna be in them for long. I can buy these shoes. I can use these shoes for thing. I bought the shoes. And you know what those shoes made me do? They made me go and buy a nice pair of socks at the next shop over. I went and buy a belt, same color belt with the shoes. I'd look sharp. I'd look crisp to all. I ain't gonna lie, you get a nice little clean up and thing. Your boy out here looking sparkling. I say all that to say, sweetheart, with your shoe analogy, is that I settled. And I looked good.
Oh, but Neil Hoy, I am here to tell you don't have to settle. And let me get into the thing here now, because I see the chat going wild, and it is look. I got this thing read over tall now, Neil Hoy.
Yeah.
Tall.
Yes.
Right. So let me get into it. Right?
Get it.
I see my man Aston. Don't worry, Aston. I got you covered too. I got you covered. I got Lee covered. I got Kerry Ann covered. I got everybody covered.
I see Lisa put a bag of water on the shoe and freeze. Okay.
Right.
Let's see.
Ladies and gents, the man that a lot of ladies say they want is a difficult man to handle. And a lot of them are afraid of that man. You talk about men intimidated by women. A lot of women are afraid of that man. Not because of laying on her hands or anything like that. They're afraid of that man. Why? Because there's no drama, there's no mess, there's no contention. And oddly enough, that is a difficult man for women to deal with and to understand.
Let me interject here. Also, that man is a man that is, it is what it is. It is either, it is my way or the highway. You either can
in or
get on my program or not.
You're going to be helping that man do much. And many times women consider that man to be lame and boring. Yeah, I saw you in the comments, Aston. I saw you in the comments.
Yeah,
we got you covered.
Yeah, we see it.
Right?
We see everything.
I swear I didn't write these notes just now when I saw your comments, right? I swear. I read these earlier today. I swear. So I ain't reading what I got. I reading what I got, right? Now, the best thing girlfriend said is that free him up. She's right. If you're about him, I'll free him up. No. We heard girlfriend with this very real and deep analogy about a too small shoe. And I could picture somebody like B. Simone and the other hard-faced idiot that she's sitting with that disrespect MLK. Shout out Dr. Martin Luther King on his birthday yesterday.
Yep. Showed him
I
up.
could hear them humming in agreement when you hear that, ignorance. Because that kind of stuff sound good. It sound good, right? Until you shine the light on it, it starts to strip away the ignorance and you see. So let me examine it a little bit. We're gonna
give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna step away for a brief moment.
That ain't no problem, right? Let us take the shoe analogy, folks. Yeah. She's saying that if you look at the shoe, it was a good shoe, it didn't fit her. If shoes don't fit, you don't buy them, right? Neil met his word. But generally speaking, when shoes don't fit, you don't buy them. I once, many years ago, many moons ago, I wanted to scrimmage so bad. I bought a pair of size 10 shoes for my guy Dorian. Shout out Dorian. Dorian is born the day before Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went and played in these shoes. I wear 12, huh? I bought a pair of size 10 shoes. But I want to scrimmage bad. I can't tell you all the amount of pain I was in at the end. But guess what, folks? Guess what? I bought the shoes. But I didn't tell Dorian to lend me these shoes again, nor did I say to him, well, let me buy them off you. And I see the ladies asking, how should she get to engagement stage? By getting to engagement stage, folks, by getting to engagement stage, she essentially bought the shoe, walk out the store in the shoe, wear them for a few weeks, then try to bring them back to get her refund. That is what she did by getting engaged to that man. If you don't want the man, forget the man early. Right? Now, I know the ladies wondering. You see, you're asking, how do you get to engagement stage if the shoe ain't fitting right? Yeah. How do you wear out the store, walk both in it, wear it for weeks, and then bring it back, talk about getting a refund? How do you stay in a relationship so long that you get engaged when you know that you don't feel quite right? If there's no, as they say, spark, the connection, as she said, no je ne sais quoi, right?
Yep.
But if you want to know, if I can tell you, but it can cost you some ones. So put some ones in the chat tonight if you want me to explain to you how and why this lady and so many others like her have all gotten to the engagement stage only to realize that they didn't love their fiance like that. Right? Put some ones in the chat. In the meantime, let me plug the show. This is the Senate Podcast here on YouTube. Hit the like button here, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to ensure that you do not miss any of the content we got coming for you. We got the shorts. The shorts gonna be coming back fast and furious just now, so you don't want to miss those. So look out for those. We got some other things that we want to get on track as well. So look out for more announcements coming. Yeah. Nicole is telling you to wear the shoes to work, Neil, so she can see them.
Well, I can't, but you know that you can go out in the office. I can't wear brown shoes on the operation. You know that. Shout out Kevin as well. My Kevin. Huh?
Yeah, I saw Dave Graphic come in earlier. Shout out Dave. You got to Dave. I saw the Kwame the Black Samurai in the house.
Yeah, shout out Kwame, man.
Big respect. And Kwame, I gotta give you a hit up when the show done. Gotta ask you a little question, right? Yes, so I see some ones in the chat. So let me explain. Ladies and gents, women may be a lot of things, but don't see they are not. Women know a good man when they see him. They know a good man when they see him. He might be a little boring and thing for them, but women know a good man. Women also know that they will be foolish to pass up said good man. Women know this. This woman admitted that that man was a good man. He was handsome, supportive, God-fearing. She see he had educated and stuff like that, good at education, generally tends to, put you in standing to get some money. So she, ladies and gents, stay with me now, stay with me. That man presented all of that to her. Ladies and gents, this woman had no choice but to try to make it work with that man. She had no choice. But she knows he's a good man. She can't even lie here and say that the man was not a good man. Unfortunately for her, though, there's somebody else that's made the floodgates open up for her. This guy ain't doing it. As you one thing she ain't talk about.
That was what I was about to ask. She said a lot of something, but she said a lot of nothing. Because that was a word salad. Because she thought I give out the ring because he wasn't a right fit and analogy this. But why? What was not the right fit?
And when her friends, family, everybody out, she can't explain.
Can't explain it.
Because you can't come and tell your friends, but yeah, this man is sticking it right. Or let me not assume that is the stick that got she.
Mama be boring. Mama, as you said, boring.
Yeah, be boring. But she is connected to somebody else. Yeah. Evolutionary biology and psychology are undefeated, folks. She is already bonded to whomever the other dude is on a physical and even a spiritual level. Keep doubting me that body count matters. Keep doubting me. Yeah? She's bonded. That's why she can't bond with this fella. So that's where the spark is. That's where the spark ain't coming. So she gonna let our good man go along because she know that she gonna horn heat with the other fella. Yeah? So big respect for she for not going through with it and horning the man. We appreciate that. But you could have done it earlier, right? So that is one reason why a woman will engage and even marry a man that they aren't feeling, because they know it would be foolish to allow a good man to pass. So that is how the spark in there, but you end up at engagement and wondering how to get out of engagement. Secondly, another reason how she gets to engagement. A good man will cover a woman under his 4 P's. One of those 4 P's is provision. And women will always take provision, especially from their man, because guess what? That's what your man's supposed to do. Your man's supposed to cover you. Your man's supposed to provide for you as your man. So there's nothing wrong if your man provides and you accept. There's nothing wrong with that. So fellas, let me turn to you now. Specifically. Gents, a woman will engage you and your resources even if she doesn't really want to be with you. Let me say that again. Fellas, a woman will engage you and your resources even though she doesn't really want to be with you. I know that's a hard pill to swallow. I know many of you know that for sure. Yeah? You know enough of me been through that. You get into a woman today, you discover, shoot, she really like me like that. It happens. That's a game. Fellas, this is why we need to be very stringent with our vetting process. But too often we get carried away with the breasts and thighs that we in a KFC snack box. And we get carried for a ride because we stop vetting properly. Because of the God. Because this is the thing about it now, right? This is the thing about it now. Sex is not sex today in 2023 is not sex in 1963 or 1973 or 83 or even 93. Sex is, as Dave Chappelle said it best when he said, if he didn't say sex, but if sex was a start, it'd be plummeting. But just out there, accessible. Right? So a woman give you a piece and don't dig there. The man that she really got it for, he can get, you might get a turnover car rush. That other man, he can get his steam and go back. That's different. Right? So they got differences in the sex. Right? So fellas, we have to vet properly. We have to. That's within 40s is coming. That I keep promising to do that show. Keep, other things is come up and jump in that, right? I can do that show so the fellas, we know how to vet, because vetting is so, so important. So that you don't end up with situations like girlfriend there with the bangs that telling you she give back the ring. Every man doesn't deserve the best of a woman has to give. And by the same token, every woman doesn't deserve the best a man has to give either. Gents, always strive to be the best you can be and only accept the best for yourself, especially when it comes to female company. Always remember, gentlemen, a good woman is an investment. A bad woman is a bill. Let me repeat that. A good woman is an investment. A bad woman is a bill. If you doubt me, go back through your memory bank. Every bad woman you had, study how much money you spent. As I wrap up, ladies, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you may need to adjust, and this is at the risk of sounding like a mansplaining. You may need to adjust the standards to which you're clinging in order to find a partner. Just mine. The reality is there are good men out there, and some of you are missing out because the guy isn't 6 feet tall and doesn't earn $250,000 per year, like I ordered Ella from last Thursday's show. I hope you all watched that. If you haven't, go back, check it out. It's a very interesting review of a Kendra G video. Check it out. This lady, she called into Kendra G. She wanted a man that was 6 foot if he was under 40 and 5'9" if he was over 40 or some dog like that. Go out and earn $350,000 a year. She was a hot mess, and she refused to budge from her standards and her criteria, irrespective of how ridiculous Kendra G made it sound. Holding on to these crazy standards and impossible dreams will leave you in your later years with nothing but regrets and dreams of boyfriends past. But I can touch on all of that Thursday in Dream a Little Dream.
Ah, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit notification bell so you don't miss anything. And let's build this community. Now, that was beautiful. I think that was one of your better sermons, one of your better monologues. I really did enjoy that.
Thank you, man.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah. Cheers. But so what I have to say about it? What I have to say about it is, I've been watching some content recently. As I said, I traveled over the weekend, and I had the opportunity to, listen to some content, listen to some perspectives when it comes to this man-woman things, particularly when it comes to the type of men women want. And it is very interesting how you said something that's very poignant, that women don't know what they want. Modern women, I should say, don't know what they want, right? They seem confused. And it something I watched today itself while I was at work, it did say that women are confused. Modern women are confused. And I know that may be hard to swallow or to hear, but when you look at what a woman wants, right? We understand a woman wants not a man with a job, but a man with a career. A career speaks to aspirations, it speaks to potential, it speaks to earning and social ascent, in society, right? So you want a man with a career, right? All right, you want a man with a career. Now, we all know that women like men that are tall, all right? You want a man that may not necessarily be 6 feet, but let's say, for argument's sake, you want a man that is around 6 feet or taller, right? And, he must be able to problem solve, because let's be honest now, women want a man that at least, he may not know how to fix a car, he may not know how to fix the plumbing, he may not know how to wire a house, but at least put your hands up in the air, lift the hood, and make it look like something. You understand? Let me be honest, because I think a woman would appreciate if a man were to say, well, I know again, here, let me this beyond my level of expertise. You don't know nothing but no car, but you check the dipstick, you check the leads on the car. That time is a problem with the wheels. So, you know what I'm saying? So you put your hands up and say, let me call my mechanic fella. And that's another thing too. You got if you don't know the solution, you must have the solution on that. You understand? So you must have a man that can cover you in his his problem solving ability, right? And then, of course, procreation. The man must be able to work the stick. Man, first thing first, he must have got the stick, and then he must know how to work the stick. And he must be open to doing whatever gets you going. Because it's not only about sex, it's also about the emotional availability. And then, of course, women want men that are emotionally available, but then not too emotionally available, because you don't want to feel as though you're the man's mother and the man is not in control of his emotion, etc. You want a man that is steadfast. You want a man that is anchored in his resolve and emotions, his convictions. You don't want a man that waffling. You don't want a man that dipsy doodling. So amongst all of those things, which do not fool your foot, ladies, that is an extremely huge ask to ask for a man for all those things, right? And then the man must also have a bit of danger, as Derek says. You must have an edge. You may not necessarily go be a man that's kick puppies and hang up kittens, but the man must be. He can't be 100% structured or stable. There must be some sense of spontaneity. You know what I mean? Babe, what are you doing tonight? Let me go to dinner. You know what I mean? There must be some level of, mystery somewhere along there. The je ne sais quoi, right? There must be something like that there, right? So he must have all of those things, and it must be to your liking. Now, the reason why this is a very tall ask is because, one, having a job, having a career, ain't really a problem in this day and age. Although there are a lot more men that have blue-collar jobs than white-collar jobs, and a lot of women don't want men that's kind of home dirty and smelling musty when they come. You want a man that got his square mouth, smelling good like the freshest Tom Ford cologne, and he dressing with a little swag, right? You want a man, that ain't got dirt on the fingernails. So that excludes a huge part of men. You want a man that's a certain height. That excludes a huge number of men, right? You're looking at 5% of men if you're talking about 6 feet and above, right? So you got to find that man. I didn't speak on it, but you might want the man to look a sort of way which is in shape. I think a lot of women may not necessarily want that. I think a woman, most women would take a man with $100,000 when he month come. He got a little weight funny, then think. But anyhow, the point remains is that you have to. Somebody said today in the same content, right? Your worldview, your what you want, your ambitions, it has to line up. Who you are, what you want, it must line up. It must line up, because if it doesn't line up, it is going to misalign you in what you want and what you go after in life, not only just with a partner, but in career and everything like that, right? So if you want a man that's all these things, Derek, you and I know, we know very well that women have lists, right? Women have,
oh sure,
yeah, they have what they want in a man, and what they want. And in these lists, when women compile these lists, there are a lot of things that like Ella, your girl Ella, as you say, Ella was like, she want a man that she was Goldilocks. No, she want that man to be just right, right? Just right.
But ain't that wrong with just right, Neil? But
man, Ella was extreme. Ella, to be fair, Ella was extreme. But in my opinion, I think there's something to be said for settling, right? I know for some reason, we live in an age where there's so many words that have a negative connotation. Settling, submission, compromise. You know what I mean? There's certain words that there's an element of negativity. When really, truly, it ain't really so bad. You understand? Like, when we talk about submission, we are talking about mutual submission. Men submit to your wives and wives submit. My brother, he got married, right? And in the vows, he's always talk about the vows. I heard him, I will got a refresher course. The man gave the ceremony, master men, women submit to your husbands. But he said to the... Did you laugh? I smirk. I got like, I smirk. Cause that was a part of the ceremony. I was a little teared up, right? But when the man said that, I kind of look off at this and said, I smiled. Because I was like, yeah, I thought about you. But there is something to be said, because he said, women submit to your husbands. A lot of people's got a problem with that part. But you know what came directly after that? The man said, Love your wives as God loves the
God
church.
loves the church. Amen.
Meaning that if a man is to love his wife like God loves the church, here the scriptures tell it, or here the religion tell it, the man has an honor, a duty, and commitment, and even a bit of submission to the church. The man has a duty and an honor to his church. We always hear about God and his flock. He's a shepherd and he has his flock, right? A shepherd will tend to his flock, right? Now, I know that analogy. Oh, you're trying to say the woman is sheep. No, I'm saying I'm going from the space of obligation. You know how these things go. But I'm coming from a space you are obligated to your family. You can't get around it. But this...
But I get what you're saying. In terms of how a shepherd protects his flock, the shepherd guards his flock. The responsibility is yours as man. Go ahead.
Exactly that. Over the weekend, right? I observed so many things. You know what I mean? I believe life is full of lessons, right? So I had this trip. I went, and I met with several different like couples and stuff like that, varying ages. I saw a lot of people interacting and stuff like that. Even in myself, because you know I traveled with my son and his mother and stuff like that, right? And trust and believe, ladies. I know a lot of you just come to say like, oh, you know, I could do all by myself and thinking a man ain't gotta be responding to me or obligated, whatever, right? But as men move around, I watched as we were traveling through the airport, we got on the plane and we traveled. Shoot, as we were going about Tobago, right? The men in subtle ways made sure they were in a position to protect their woman should there be danger. I observed that. And I not only with me and my people and because my mother, my father, everybody went and stuff like that. I mean, in general, in life, in how people moved about. How the man positioned himself as it was augmented to his environment to deal with anything that pop off. But his family shows a lot. So you're asking for that. Because let's be honest, sometimes you women, y'all don't want to have to think about it. You don't have to think about danger. You don't have to think about it saying pop off. Let me, you know what I mean? What you can do. You with a man. So that's his role. Let him deal with that. Let me pick up that slack. So you want that. But yet still, when you hear about the role of submission, you hear about the role of honoring your husband and everything like that, I'm going to start to cringe and shrink. But y'all don't understand that it is innate in us men, good men, to protect our women. All we asking is some reciprocation from a feminine standpoint. Because we will submit to you. We will put our lives on the line should something happen. You know, you're on a plane. What does tell you? You know what I'm saying? Pop off this way as God do. If you're strong, you're able, make sure this. Shoot, we getting off the plane. If it get down, women and children first. So even if I by myself, I gotta make sure that the women around me and the children around me good. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That I never seen before in my life. All we are asking is for you, as women, to be reciprocal in the like we can provide our masculine. So here's our feminine. No, I know that brings us to, but our men back to the point. Are men up to snuff when it comes to their masculinity? Then, what does masculinity look like in 2023? You see, a lot of women want men to be men. You know, it's interesting. Women want men to be the men of the 50s and before, but not all that comes with it. They want the good parts where it was like, yeah, I can bring home the bacon. I can take care of you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can put the money in your hand. You ain't got to worry about no bills nor nothing like that there. I would protect you if anything want thing. I would fix and maintain the house and everything like that. I would discipline if it need be. I would take care of all the heavy lifting and everything that needs to be done with my breaking place. I got that covered. Car break, no, I got that covered. But they don't want what that may come with, which is I like a hot meal every now and then.
We want to be women of leisure.
Yeah, you want to be women of leisure. Which brings me to a very interesting point, because women want to be women of leisure, but you don't think I want Jeff Bezos' money? But for me to get Jeff Bezos' money and have that life of leisure, I gotta work hard as ass. So you want a life of leisure. I must provide that level of leisure for you. But what are you doing? I know that what you bring to the table is a very contentious thing, but essentially what are you bringing to the relationship? Because that's not food or foot. The table is the relationship. So when you hear people ask, I know women cringe at, oh, if you got asked what we bring to the table, he's a broke man and this and that, he's a beta male and this and that. Let's take the word table out of it, because really and truly what the question is asking, what will you bring to a relationship? What will I get if I decide to engage you in a romantic setting? A content creator said, once you phrase the question like that, then the responses don't make sense. Well, I am the relationship. I am the relationship, but you get me. What do you mean? You understand what I mean? So, all of this to say, we have to, Derek said, I ain't telling the boy settle here. I ain't telling the boy settle. Because at the end of the day, you got to know what's good for you. But that's the key phrase. You got to know what is good for you. A lot of people have good people in their lives. Like good people that will bring stability to their lives. And
Men and women.
Men and women, and bring a safe harbor for them. But a lot of them rejected it. For whatever preconceived notions they have. Maybe you think you deserve a man that's making $100,000 of any month come, right? Shoot, I think I deserve Eva Mendes. She ain't DM me yet. She ain't replied to none of my DMs yet. That's a joke, just because I know you always say I slide in people DMs, but you understand the point I'm trying to make, right? At some point, we have to look at settling as not a nefarious thing.
Very sadly.
You got a God-fearing man. You got a man that's make good money. You got a man that is attractive. You got a man that treats you well. You have a man that understands the rules and how school keeping, but you don't want that. You don't want that. You get back the ring. So what are you looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked the women.
What else do you want?
What else do you want? I'm asking the women in the chat, right? Particularly the single women in the chat. What are you looking for in a man? And I think, and we can talk about this off camera, Derek, but I think that we got some ideas in the background and stuff like that. But that's one of the questions. I think that's one of the first questions I want to have if we have a panel discussion. When we get to that component of things, right? I want to ask, what do you want in a man? What do you expect of a man in 2023 and in the modern era, right? Because we always talk about men and their expectations and how it is oppressive and patriarchal and all of these buzzwords and terms, misogynistic, for a man to have the expectation he has for a woman to be feminine, right? And how that's wrapped up in toxicity and everything like that. But let's talk a bit more about what women want. And if it is wrapped up in toxic femininity, is it wrapped up in misogyny? Is it part of a gynocentric societal thought process? Let us have the conversation, because I am very interested to find out, what do women really want? You know, there's got that the from the notebook where my man Noah, there's be asking him, what do you want?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. That's exactly what it is. Because men know what they want. And they ain't really difficult. And we understand women can be a bit more complex because of emotion and everything like that. And that's fine. But you still have to be realistic in what you want. It makes no sense looking for the Goldilocks zone and waiting out and holding out on hope, especially as you get older. Because as much as you don't want to hear this, and you don't want to talk about value, and you don't want your value to be tied to your femininity, I am sorry to say, if you're looking for a relationship with a man, as you get older, you will become less desirable to that man simply because the man might want certain things. You might not want to hear that. It might be a bit of a pill to swallow. You could do that how you want. But if you are talking about being in a relationship with a man, you have to consider your target audience. And that target audience will not want certain things as you get older. I'm just saying. I ain't saying that you as a person is wrapped in your femininity. I ain't saying who you are as a person, your moral compass and your ability is. I ain't telling you what I talk about. If you want a man and you're in the market for a man, please consider what the man wants and what you are not for that man. Because we may have to consider what we are not for the... Wait, man, laughing. Are you serious? Men
No, look in chat. I see Tiger Fox. In 2023, the first thing they need to figure out is if it's actually a man.
But don't. All right, let's... We're not tackling that part. We're not tackling... Right? But on a serious note, right? Because we I see Dr. Kerry talk. Let's get basic biology and build from there. We're going on the premise. Again, on the premise. That's why it's open my monologue. Anytime I open any content we do, I say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. That way I cover the entire gamut. Okay, the boy can't accuse me of anything.
Unless you identify as a tree or something.
Well, I can't help you. I'm dealing with people that, because I know trees ain't watching, the trees outside my house ain't watching this content. I have no access to it. So if you're a tree and you're watching this, congrats, you are sentient to a degree. Anyhow, the point I'm trying to make is you gotta know what you want, and it has to align your worldview on what you want, who you are, what you expect, who you are. It has to line up with what you want. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you can't be out here talking about you want my Mecca $100,000, you want my this, you want my that, you want Ella list was insane, right? You think Ella is gonna find the man that she wants? You think women and women may not have the extreme that Ella has, but we know they got a lot of women, especially as they get older, with and thing. You make certain decisions in your life, whether it's to have children or you got a high body count or whatever, and you could do all of these things how you want. You could tell me misogyny. You could tell me, oh, my body count. Why my body count should matter? Why should I be defined by my body count? We talked about that already. People control access to sex. And if you let any and everybody come through, pick up what they want and left, that's a good business model for the man to take up.
But here's the thing, Neil. You are free to do what you want to do in 2023,
You're free to decide.
But please understand, as I said earlier in the monologue, evolutionary biology and psychology are undefeated. Certain things you just can't beat,
Dipsy doodle.
And we've said it the past couple of months in this very space. There's a lot more science to this thing, this man-woman thing, than people give it credit. Right? There's a lot more science involved. And trust me, on Thursday, we are going to dive into some more of that. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. So right. So I just, I really want people to stop. I would love, right? Because I was thinking about, again, I had a lot of time to think in last weekend, right? And I was just saying, what I really love for the world? Because when I was young, I never thought that growing up, I would go deal with the things and talk about the things that we got. Do you think I would ever be talking about a woman having sex with a man and his mother? Like, there are things that I never thought that I would have had to.
In that bracket of things that you thought you'd never have to see.
Yeah, like over the weekend, I was wondering what I want for the world, right? And this is what I say is how we want to move forward this year is putting our money where our mouth is. Because what I really want for the world is to kind of understand that a thing is a thing, or a situation is a situation, or that there are certain things that, if you really think about it, are not as complicated as you're making it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think or rather stop being delusional. I have no problem in a woman deciding to have fetal deletion. I have no problem with a woman deciding to be single and being a boss bitch and, don't want a man, don't need a man. I have no problem with that. But I just want people to not be under the delusion that you still expect to want a man and to deserve the man that you want. And you expect the outcomes that are not commensurate with your decisions. I want people to be honest with themselves and have an understanding with themselves. And I think the direction I would like us to take this content is for people to have I want it to be kind of like a lasso of truth. That when it touch you, you say, well, maybe my heart ain't into this getting a man and being in a relationship and being married thing, I think that's what I would want. Because a lot of people are saying things like, I don't need a man, that I am a boss B, having high body counts, doing all types of things. Shoot, they got men out there too that believe, I could be a broke man and get the top tier women and, I could just lay a pipe and feel good and content with life and drop a bunch of children all over the place and not have to, got men that got 4 or 5 children and then be complaining about them baby mothers. Like,
yeah, you set it yourself for that.
Yeah, like, what you expect, brother? So I want people to kind of just take a breather and say, yeah, if I don't want stress in my life, let me not have several baby mothers. Or if I don't want a man, let me keep from talking about relationships and men. You know what I mean? Or if you do want, or on the flip side, if you do want a man, stop saying things like, I don't need no man and I'm a strong, independent woman. And trying to bolster yourself and bring things into the equation that you don't want. You're not listening to men. You're not listening to what we say we want and what we are liking. Or if you hear it, you trying to turn it into some sort of oppressive, patriarchal, misogynistic kind of rant. You know what I'm saying? You so it's either you listen to men, because we must listen to women. All we are asking is that you listen to men and you spare thought, have a consideration for you. Like, is what you're saying lining up with what you want? I think that's where I want things to go. So I just want people to understand. At the end of the day, you can want what you want. You could say what you want to say. You could do anything. But you're being very contradictory and you're kind of looking silly when you say something like, I don't need no man, or I want a man that make $100,000 a month, and I want this, I want to be a woman of leisure and this and that next. But you're not willing to be a housewife. Like, I don't understand. A man making $100,000 a month, our money is ours and your money is hers. But used to do what we spend it. Used to go and work. The man making $100,000 and treating you, putting you in the lap of luxury, he can probably put you in a house. He can probably make sure you got the maids, everything like that. Shoot, you can't get the man a hot meal. You can't wash a dish. Like, I understand, like, why is that misogynistic to say? That is not, to me, I see that as basic compassion and consideration.
Reciprocity.
You understand? I get out there and
that's the nature of relationships, you know. I mean, I do for you, you do for me. That's generally how relationships work.
Because what, right? Because a lot of women will say that it should be 50-50 in a relationship. They want a partnership. But I bring up.
Look at girlfriend earlier in the video. She wants her money is hers, his money is his, is theirs.
Yeah, she was buffering.
It's a 50-50 partnership.
And she bring a buffering. You know what I mean?
How is it 50-50 partnership and you dealing with somebody that already higher than you? You say you don't want a boy paying your level. You want my earning more. You say it can't be 50-50.
All I want is women to understand. You do not want 50-50 in a partnership. If you want to be a woman of leisure, if you want to have a man that makes 6 figures a year or whatever, how much ever unrealistic earning potential you want your man to have, please understand, you ain't bringing that. Because you want a man to make $100,000 when a month come. You bringing that? You want a man to make $1 billion when a year come. And I want a man to make $300,000 when a year come. You gonna make that? Say, okay, so we're not earning the same thing. Fair enough. So I make him more. Okay, so what you gonna do? I am sorry to say, because women kind of open our door. What you gonna do for me? So what you gonna do for me? I earning, I protecting, I problem solving, I procreating, but I depend on your mood. If we go up on a date, if you carry me out, we have a meal, we have sex.
She carry you out.
Because here's the thing, Derek. Here's the thing. We cannot expect women to give us sex. We cannot expect women to give us food. We cannot expect women to clean house for us. We cannot expect women to do anything for us. To have an expectation of any of those things, to even utter the words, is misogynistic. But we are expected to still protect, provide, and problem solve. And damn near procreate. Because if you can't get him a woman, children, no, you're out the door. So we still have to make sure that it is expected of us. And I think when you have and I'm sorry to say this, but when you have a subset of people that don't have any expectations placed upon them, and the other people are expected to do something, you set up yourself for disaster and failure. It breeds things like entitlement. It breeds things like expectation. It breeds things like, demands. You get these types of things that is it feels like negotiation.
Well, I say this, Neil. Couple hundred years ago, slaves had responsibility for the cotton fields, but they had no authority over the cotton fields. They couldn't decide, well, let me take the cotton field and do X, Y with it, Z with it. It couldn't decide. It can't say anything with the cane fields in Barbados and across the Caribbean. Responsibility with authority, gentlemen, is slavery. So you see your point. Yeah? If it is that, I got all of this responsibility, but you have no obligation to me. We in a slave relationship, yeah. Right? I'll tell you this. In 2010, I went to New York. Went to New York in 2010. Spent some days with you, old man. If you old man watching, I think you watching right now. Sure to you, okay. Right? And I remember he and I were walking on Flatbush. And I heard some RHs and stuff like that. So that's how we knew, yeah, the Bajans don't hear. Right? Shoot, New York in the summer, there will be Bajans, right?
Of course.
But cursing loudly about the fact that they had to pay, how much of a money they had to pay to get these things here in New York. The problem with this is when you do the conversion and I don't know, the tax and all that, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for it here in Barbados, right? And it seems as if people seem to believe that when you go to New York, you should get things for nothing. And not only get things for nothing, you should get good things and the best of the things, the top of the line things for nothing. So you won't go in up Bobby's and come out with 400 trade 400 coat trade sheets. You know? You gotta pay, you gotta do something.
That's
for
just
something. If you want quality stuff, you gotta do something for it. You can't expect to gain that star discount.
Yes.
Yeah,
you gotta give me an ear horn. Give me an ear horn for that, man.
Yeah, let me give you an ear horn. Star discount definitely need an ear horn for sure.
You tell the demographic we marketed.
Yeah. Yeah, if you know what star discount, put some words in the chat. But you can't expect to get a star discount and come up with the greatest selection of things when you only walk in there with $10.
Can you imagine? You go into a store. You go in any store in the world. Let me say, you go in a Nike. I think everybody knows about the Nike store. You go in a Nike store, you got $10. You pick up a pair of LeBrons. Shout out LeBron. Right? LeBrons is coming. LeBron's a star at 185. Right? Pick up a pair of LeBrons. There, so.
You play this here for LeBrons, too.
Hey, man. That man's the second leading scorer of all time.
And he's what?
All right. But that's like you going to Nike.com. Kobe's. You pick up a pair of Kobe's, right? Kobe's is a start at 185, right? You go in there, you got $10 US. These shoes cost $200 US. And you go in there, you pick them up and say, yeah, I want a pair of these. It's all right, $200 plus tax. So you said I got to pay for this? Your demand, this is patriarchal. This is misogynistic. I must pay you. I got $10. So you're going to take $10? No, but I'm sorry, but you need... No, I got to do what? Let me go up on social media and rant about these things. You want a quality man, but you want to give the bare minimum, if anything at all. You want no expectations and accountability on it with you. I just don't understand how we are now trying to create this dynamic where men are not supposed to be men. Men are supposed to be some muted version of themselves, right? Because let's not fool our foot. Y'all want us to go to hear y'all tell it, the 50s and before, we were just out here doing the most and oppressing women, to now being the complete opposite of that and being a shell of ourselves, yet still you want the positive characteristics of the men of that time. Like, I understand there needs to be some sort of education and social reform when it comes to the men of before. Sure, but I think that there are a lot of things that are being called toxic and misogynistic that are not. So now, you expect men to give and provide and give you their all. You expect us to be accountable to you. You want us to come home to you. You want us to honor, treasure you, everything like that. But you, then expectation upon you. How dare I expect you to look good? How dare I expect you to cook me a meal? How dare I expect you to have sex with me? How dare that what? How dare you expect me to have made good decisions in my life to make sure that I wasn't giving myself body and soul to all and sundry? How dare you expect that of me? But I got to come with all my ducks in a row, and I got to continue to have my ducks in a row as we continue marriage. Because no, let's fool our foot, you know. If I lose my job, I out the door. If I can't give you a child when you want it, I out the door. If I want children, you don't want children, I out the door. Shoot, I look at another woman cockeye, I out the door. If I can't fix it, I out the door. If I get too boring, I out the door. If I don't buy you flowers when you want, I out the door. If you don't like the birthday gift I buy you, I out the door. If I can't fund your lifestyle and let you be a lady of leisure, I out the door. What makes you get out the door? And let's take it another step further, because in relationships or marriage, there is everything is incentivized for the woman to come out licking, right? As much as this is a patriarchal society, I don't know any society that's an oppressive, patriarchal, tyrannical society, and everything is just geared toward women coming out on top. And I'm not saying that I want to be clear, I'm not saying I don't want women to come out on top, but it got to make sense though. Because if y'all really want true equality, why I can't come and say, well, you know, I spend over the last 10 years in this marriage, I spend $100,000 for this woman. I would like at least $50,000 to that back. Why I gotta pay out my nose for you, especially if I got children, I gotta give you half my assets and things. Shoot, they got people in Barbados. And oh my God, I was in Tobago and the man told a story, right? The man said,
just got escaped content.
Listen, I was in Tobago getting a haircut. My brother could ball me out. He was in Tobago getting a haircut. This is a Tobagonian. This isn't a Trinidadian. This is a Tobagonian. This man spent all of 2 weeks in Barbados. So I want to be clear. This man is not a Barbadian. The man never hear about me. Man never see me nothing so before. Man don't watch the red pill, nothing.
I thought you tell you, man, watch the show.
Ain't get there. I got your contact details, right? Anyhow, so the man fall in conversation. My brother getting married. Start to ask, you know, about marriage and stuff. And you know how barbershops go. You start to snowball into a conversation. The man said one of his neighbors is a prominent businessman in construction. And the man started to build apartments. Man pointing, like right down there, started building apartments, right? And the woman filed for divorce. Now, granted, the man cheated. So the woman done with that. I want to be very clear, there's a no-fault divorce in Tobago too, huh?
Yeah.
Right? Good.
Which means that she gonna cheat as the
it matters not. But hear the story. My man building the apartments, right? Man see putting up the top done. It's just the bottom to fix up, right? The woman says she want a divorce. My man stopped construction on the apartments. Why? Because if he continued, they would have valued the apartment building at a much more thing, and he would have got to pay her out. Right now, the man had to pay out 1.2 million TT.
1.2 million, still 1.2 million.
It's still 400,000 Beijing.
Yeah.
Right? 400,000 Beijing. That man got to pay, which is 200 US for those of you that, you know, to make it universal to all our viewers that watching whenever, right? $200,000 US, American dollars. That man has to pay his wife in a divorce settlement for that property. But here's the kicker. For the woman, he got paid. So he paying it off as the can. Until then, she's living in the apartments with a man. And when that man done paying off, then she could leave. But let's be fair. Let's be honest. When that time comes, if that time comes, is that really what's going to happen? And that's in Tobago, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't asking this man about his business. I ain't prompting this man for nothing. I tell him, man, let's do a show. Come and make up this story for me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out we named Achilleon. I think it was his name. Let me call out the man. I think it's Classic Klutz or something like that in Tobago. Man, get here. I just saying, right? At the end of the day, what in this patriarchal society, this is the patriarchal society, oppressive. What rights and privileges women don't have that men just got the boot on the neck? So then if it is expected for us men to pay even after the dissolution of the relationship. We have to continue paying and providing. You can imagine that. We live in a society, right, where we got to provide at the beginning, we got to provide during, and even if it done, we got to still provide. And the woman at all stages can decide when and when not to give her feminine energy to it. Tell me where and how that is a patriarchal society in the Western Hemisphere. Tell me how Derek and I are misogynistic and patriarchal in a society run by men. And men have been at, because you say now, the society before today and before 20 years, when I say that the rules and the laws and everything that was made exclusively by men, and we propping up the patriarchy, the men create a system to keep the patriarchy going and sustaining, right? However, how we get to the rights and privileges that women got in this society? If men is who creating the laws and making it oppressive, well, who make the laws? How do women get in there make the laws if the man was making the laws? I just want to be clear, right? I do not have a problem in a woman getting a level of commensuration after relationship. Because at the end of the day, if you got children, the woman, you always hear the story. The woman built you from the ground up. The woman was there and the woman was taking care of you and all this and all that. The woman is owed something. The woman gave of her body. She gave her best years. She made sure to forego the streets to make sure that you was good, the family was good, and everything was good. You gonna do build, and you end up doing foolishness. You cheat. You broke the covenant of the relationship, whatever. Fine. I have no problem with that. But let us be clear. If you want a man, particularly a man that is of a certain value and quality, please understand you can reciprocate something, though. Some expectation and accountability got to be upon you, though.
So, Neil, why you sharing that story just now? We got the barber in Tobago.
But I can look for my mama. I can't let for the man.
It reminded me of this story that I heard this morning, right? Chuck Liddell pleads with divorce judge for $95,000 to save family's $5.2 million mansion, accuses ex-wife of refusing to help with bills. Ex-UFC fighter Chuck Liddell has rushed to court accusing his estranged wife Heidi of refusing to help with bills, which has put their home in jeopardy of being lost. In newly filed court documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, Chuck tears into his ex as their divorce continues to play out in court. As Radar Online previously reported back in October, Chuck filed for divorce from his wife Heidi after 10 years of marriage. The split came days after he was taken into custody for domestic violence after cops showed up to the couple's Hidden Hills mansion. Chuck's daughter told police she witnessed her parents pushing each other. When officers arrived, Chuck had a red mark on his face, but his wife had no visible injuries. Stay with me. Chuck said he volunteered to go to jail to avoid his wife being arrested. I was the victim of the incident last night at our family home as details of the case were revealed, he claimed, after being released from jail. The district attorney decided not to press charges. In his new motion, Chuck said he needs an advance of $95,000 from community funds to continue paying their monthly expenses. He said he's been paying the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, utility bills, and health insurance for the family without any help from Heidi. Further, he wants the home to be put up for sale or $20,000 per month from community funds to help pay the bills. In his motion, Chuck said since they're split, they have shared the home. He said one person lives in the home for a week and they switch off. The other person lives with a friend, but not in the home. Chuck said they received around $400,000 after the split from community funds. He said he has wiped out his share, paying all the expenses. He said he has barely touched her cut. Chuck said the monthly mortgage is $13,691. He said he's paid over $205,000 in payments on the home since. He said he has paid over $205,000 in payments on the home since the separation. So to your point, Neil, we done. I still paying. When we used to get out to pay, we done. I still paying.
We can pay regardless. Exactly, and I want to be clear because I understand in the situation, first things first, shout out Akilon. That's his name. Classic_cuts by Akilon. It's his Instagram handle. Show him out if you have in Tobago, men or women, get your hair cut. The man is nice. He's nice. The atmosphere, the whole shop. I'd like you to move to Barbados because it's very nice. Anyhow, let me be clear. I know I said the man cheated, and I know a lot of people will say, well, shoot, if he cheated, we met that mistake, then, he should go pay out the nose on the wazoo. It makes no never mind or whatever. But please, let's understand, right? Because of how things are in the Western Hemisphere, does it really matter if he cheated or not? If that woman had come home a day and say, here's some divorce papers, and the man said, but I ain't do nothing, the woman said, but I don't love you no more, so let me go to court, let me split assets. I want to be very clear. Because I understand the man cheated, he broke the covenant. But there are lots of men, and I know personally, right, that told us stories where they did nothing at all. And the woman just decided to file for divorce, and the house they built, they had to leave the place because the police say, I don't care if your name on the DDS or no. I don't care if your name on the lease. We got left in here. So I want to be clear. Because I know a lot of people say, oh, but he cheated in this, probably he had to do. I know the equivocation. He had to have done something for the woman to take these drastic actions. No, you just got to start divorce proceedings and have a good divorce lawyer. And the woman say, look, what you want from this? Say, the divorce lawyer said, what you want from this, my here? Because you can have it all. So as Derek's point.
The turn up with the paper is ready.
Yeah. So let's understand, right? Because we got to give you the dream wedding, right? We got to pay for everything on the first day. We got to ask you to be in a relationship. We got to ask you to move in. We got to ask you to marry. Right? We got to put ourselves on the line for you in anything we do. We got to protect you. We got to provide for you. We got to problem solve for you. We got to procreate with you. Right? When you initiate divorce, because yes, women, you do initiate divorce at 70 to 90%, depending on what you feel like. But, you initiate divorce at such a high rate, then we still got to end up paying. All I'm asking is, what do we men get in return? Now, I know y'all gonna say, oh, but we give up our body, we give up our mind, this and that, next, the third. But to hear the modern woman tell it, they don't need no man. They're not submissive to no man. Shoot, when I want, if I choose not to give him the sex, that's that. If I choose to treat him bad, that's what's that. If I decide that he whatever, that. He must bring 50% to the relationship in terms of emotion. He must be able to bring 50% in terms of work ethic in the domestication and rearing of children. He must bring equal amounts of what you bring, but bring more when it comes to the provision, protection, and problem solving of the relationship. And you can decide to take days off whenever you feel like in any department that your role dictates. You could take a break in your femininity, but man must always be constant in his masculine provision and problem solving and protection. Now, of course, we say that, life is not fair and rules are different for men and women. And that is fine and that is fair. We appreciate that. But we just want you to understand that if you continue with this expectation of a man must provide, you giving little and taking anything, or you could give when you feel like, but the man must always give. Men can just stop giving. Men can just walk away.
And that is exactly what is happening.
And that is what is happening. Men choosing to walk away. Men choosing to just, it's too big for me. You know what I'm saying? So then when you all hear the show with the good men gone, because you may have made some bad decisions with the man you've dated, or you've not come across the man you wanted, the fairy tale unicorn of a man you want. Where are all the good men gone? The man here. We here. You understand? But when they want we, because we either A, misogynistic, B, patriarchal, not what you want. Look, get down the line, get down the list. And I want to be clear. I also want to point out that we got to be this today. Whoever we are today that you're attracted to, we got to be this today, and we got to be this 20 years from now. Because the day you look at me and say, he ain't stirring my coffee no more, done with this. We out to pasture. It almost comes off as women are mercenary in how they approach relationships. And they're just saying, mercenaries go to the highest bidder.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Folks, it's 9:45 in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. I think that makes it 8:45 by Dr. Kerry. We
Dr.
have
Carrie and
a
Zoe,
couple-
man, show respect.
Yeah, sorry, Dr. Carrie and Zoe. We got a couple videos to show you before we get there. We got 6, 7, and 8. Neil, if you could get those on screen. Folks, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I hope you're really enjoying tonight's show. Very in-depth and interesting conversation, I find. So hit the like button for us and share it with your friends. We got 468 subscribers. If we can get up to 500 by Valentine's Day, that'd be great.
These are Valentine's Day, boy. I have a lot to say about that. And I know if I know you well enough, we'll be doing a show on that. When Valentine's Day fall?
Valentine's Day is a Tuesday.
Oh, rascal.
Carrie, I said Zoe slanging. You gotta do something with that, Dr. Carrie. You can't got Zoe there.
I got him out of the streets.
Get out of the streets, do anything. You know what I mean? But anyhow, we are definitely going to do something on that tip. For those of you who will be here, those of you, because I don't really aim big on the Valentine's thing.
You need a.
But so we'll be here, and we'll be ready. Tango Fox says prenups to the win. Apparently, prenups are not a thing in Barbados. So
no, they are not. Fleece, and if I nope, they're not. They are not.
And any lawyers in the chat, you could just hit me out and let me know. Confirm that for me.
Yeah, but we were told that there's no
reliably informed that the prenups really don't have much standing here, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, Neil, let me know when you're ready with 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, let me get it.
Can't provide enough financial security. You really think about the lifestyle that you want to live when it comes down to vacations and how many kids you want to have. And I feel like ideally my husband needs to be making $650,000.
What percent of the family income do you personally want to contribute?
Oh, I guess I wouldn't be contributing financially. I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family. $300,000, like, I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work.
Right.
$500,000? Is that bad?
Okay, but what do you think the median income is? $45,000.
Oh my God, really?
Passport bros will never not be pathetic to me.
Men are searching overseas for women because these specific men want a woman who they can control 100%.
This is a huge red flag. The only men who like to go overseas to find a partner is men who like to prey on vulnerable women. My husband needs to be making $650,000.
$650,000. No, real quick. We had there's a content creator that covered this. I think it was Abban Preach. Shout out Abban Preach. And it is very interesting. I love how I really love how women can turn anything into emotional warfare. Like, it's predatory for men to go overseas and look for other partners, right? But it ain't predatory for a woman to look for a man that's making a certain amount of money. It ain't predatory for a woman to want a man that's do certain things and look a certain sort. It ain't predatory. When a woman said point blank, I want a man that's met $500,000 in a year come. Again, I look for that man. That ain't predatory, because you're gonna be dressing up and doing what you need to do to get on that yacht to get that $500,000 a year man. So I love how women can turn things into the language. So yeah, it's predatory. Oh yeah, boy, that's predatory, man. Getting overseas looking for a woman. That's
words
predatory.
matter, man. Words matter. You gotta use the right words.
Bullshit.
And I'll say this: it wasn't predatory when Stella went to Jamaica to get her ass waxed, but there's a younger man at that. But
that's empowering. It's empowering.
Running next on you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Give me a second here. Right. Let's get it.
That's gonna say, can you be ready on Thursday at 5, baby? And this is how I need you to come dressed. Where the f are they at? Where they at? Cause I don't think they fucking exist.
Hey girl, it's me. Listen, on Thursday at 5 o'clock, we are going out. I need you to put on a cute dress, nothing too formal. We're gonna have a good time, all right? What was that? Yes, this Thursday coming up. What color dress? Whatever color you want. I don't really care. No, you don't have to go shopping. You just take some out your closet. I don't care if it matches your shoes. I don't care how you wear your hair. Wear it the way you wear it. No, we can't change the day. We're going at 5 o'clock. We're not going at 8. You can watch Basketball Wives anytime. I don't know if they have Cajun shrimp. I am not about to call them and see if they can add it to the menu. I don't know what kind of dessert they got. Everybody don't sell cheesecake. No, we're not going to the Cheesecake Factory. Well, of course, Cheesecake serve cheesecake. That's their name. Is it cold in the restaurant? Do they have crab cakes? You know what? We're not going. We're not going. It's over. We're not going.
That's hilarious. But I also want to point out, it's interesting because it just came to my mind, right? It's interesting how when a man says, yeah, on Thursday, picking you up at 7 o'clock, I want you to wear something short and tight. And Carrot, we have a good time. Oh, that's so romantical. Yeah, when I get home, I'm hungry, so if you could, please. If it's not too much bother, have a plate ready for me. You got made in here? Who you think it is? I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't you love it? I love it. Let's get number 8 on screen. Let's get number 8 on screen. Let's get it.
So I'm going to record this. It's called the Female Delusional Calculator. Now watch this. This is what I'm going to love. This is backed by the United States Census Bureau. It's factual data. Define a man of my dreams. So I'm going to plug this in here, okay? I'm going to go from the average age of 28 to 45. Any race, color, white, black, or Asian. The average height in the United States is 5'9". I'm gonna exclude obese men, but I'm sure you don't want an obese guy. And let's just say they need to make at least 100K a year. Let's see what the probability of you finding that person in America is non-married. You have a 5.6% chance of meeting a man that is unmarried, of any race, that's at least 5'9", 5'9" or taller. He's not obese, and he's making 6 figures a year.
I love it. You know why I love it, Derek? Because I actually want to look at that site because I don't want to think. I don't want to. You might have 5'9" on. You might have 6 foot. Might have 5'9". Might have any race. And that's a problem. That's a problem. But you know what I love? Because there's some women that said 5.6%. I ain't that. It didn't say 0. It did not say 0. I got a chance.
I got a chance, dumber.
Yeah.
So you're saying there is
a chance. Exactly. So I think that's where the delusion comes for me. Because there are a lot of women. I ain't talking about the top tier 10s and beautiful models, IG models. The average woman out there. Yes, there are average people out there. The average woman out there. That's a plain Jane 5 or 6. Right? She believes she ain't that 5%. Mm-hmm. Trust and believe that she got it. She got the WAP. She got that 5%. She got the WAP. She got the I could take care of my man, I could hold him down. I got the career, I got the money, I bring this and that. I can help you organize your business. She can finagle it into she ain't that 5.6%. Yeah, Jason Bell no sneaking in. Give me a like, man. Yeah. Coming out here. Hey, like, man. This like class, right? Where you come and we shame you. Well, welcome to the class, Mr. Bell. Right? But yeah, I really do, Derek. I really would like to. I think, and I think we could speak for each other at this space. I don't think we can change. I don't think we are going to stop what we are doing in terms of the message and direction we're going. I don't think we're going to stop simply because things need to be said. I know that a lot of people have written us off as being acolytes of the patriarchy and the messengers of misogyny, but it is important for us to say these things because we're hoping at some point people in general can realize, all right, the things that are going on here are making sense. My thought process is not making sense. The way I'm approaching relationships and what I'm looking for from a man or woman ain't making sense. You understand? Because a lot of people saying words, a lot of people using buzz terms, and a lot of people using trendy language, but they're really saying nothing. Because on one hand you're saying X, but on another thing you're saying Y. And when you take, it's like a math equation. When you take all of them, and so you're saying X equals Y, but X is 2 and Y is 13. So they can't equal one another. You know what I mean? So we can continue doing what we're doing. I appreciate everybody for watching and for listening and enjoying it, right? Whether you enjoy it or you don't enjoy it. But I want to open the discussion wider so that we can have the conversation good, bad, and indifferent, as uncomfortable as it may be, because it's important, man. Because they got too many people. I can only speak from a man's perspective. I know women are unhappy. Statistics show that. Just talking and anecdotally, women are unhappy. But I speaking from a man and having spoken to men and only, having close male people to me, men confused and men just frustrated and men just really, quite frankly, done with it. Men got like literally one interaction with a woman left and them done. Right?
You see, the challenge is men are really problem solvers. And men, a part of problem solving is recognizing when a problem can't be solved.
Facts. And
I see Lee here saying an important variable missing is what said man wants. And I think Aston made a reference to that. Some people don't care what men want. You need you to said that on the
kid don't care about man on the view.
The view we did going on. People don't care what men want, right? Shoot, I could pull a video and show you that right now. But people don't care what men want, and that's really the problem that we have in terms of why the bridge is so hard to bridge the divide, because we got men saying this is what we want, and women on the other side saying, "But yeah, this is what you want, but this is really what you should." Well, sorry, they ain't really hearing that part. But this is what you should want. This is what we are prepared to give. And you can't really negotiate like that in no sphere of endeavor. Many of us.
But hold on, one thing, one quick thing. If you doubt what Derek just said, right? Please consider women, feminists. They want men. They say they need men to be on their side to help fight against the patriarchy and the misogyny and fight against the oppression of women in the Western Hemisphere and women all over the world. How many women speak about men's rights? Shoot. What body does talk about men's rights? Show me a female that speaks on men's rights. I mean, that that ain't like in the red pill space, that is acknowledged and there's a reciprocal attention from women.
See, Aston here saying that predators care nothing of the emotions of prey. You made another comment earlier too that I want to backtrack to find. This one, I'll find that before we push off because I found that was interesting. Pretty heavy too. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, they do not care about the man's happiness. Do people often consider the chicken's feelings when they consume it?
Yo, that is a broad statement there. That's a big one. That's a big one.
And it's broad because of the analogy you used too. Rian says, if you don't care what a man wants, how can you have a relationship? And that is the crux of the matter here.
Perfect.
Right now, that's really what beating. That's what beating me right now. We don't want to admit that that's really what it is, but that's what it is. We don't want to say, well, look, I don't really care that kind of way. I want what I want.
Everybody
give me what
I
want.
Yep.
And that is the crux. It's 9:59 in Barbados, the rest of Eastern Caribbean. Thank you so much for joining in. You had another good show. On your way out, if you haven't, hit the like and share the subscribe button, hit the share button as well. Drop some comments in the chat. And needless we don't make it the rules, we just make sure you know where they are. Yeah, you can ignore reality all you want. We give you a lot of reality when the night comes. You can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Be the best version of you for you, and nobody else. And be careful out there in these streets. Remember, Stay tuned. We got some more stuff coming for you guys as we go forward. We can see y'all later. Peace.
Peace and love.